Hi, Aquarians. My name is Marlissa. This is At Word from Mars Tarot. And today I'm here to take care of your July predictions reading. If you like it here, if you love it here, please like the video, subscribe, so that way other Aquarians such as yourself, Sun, Moon, Venus, Mars, and Rising can receive this message. I have a feeling that your reading is going to be a little bit heavy. I just did the Scorpio reading, and that one was a little bit heavy too. Excuse me. So if you're connected to a Scorpio or you have that placement, just prepare yourself if you choose to watch that video as well. Off rip, the signs that I do see here, Aquarius, are Scorpio, Pisces, Aries, Libra, and Taurus. Scorpio, Pisces, Aries, Libra, and Taurus. All right. I will be using a new deck today. It's called the Awakened Soul, and I am going to read, I feel like every oracle card that came out, I picked three. Well, I didn't pick three, but three came out. And I feel like, I don't know, I feel more called to read all three of those for you. So the overall energy this month, Aquarius, for this spread, whatever you're going through and experiencing, baby, it's happening quick as shit. It's happening fast. We have accelerated motion. So there could be travel, there could be communication, there could be someone who's at a distance and they're coming towards you. You could be, I don't know, choosing to make a move or something, but something is going to happen very quickly. Also, for some of you, 333 could be a relevant angel number for you, or the number 8. So 888 or 888. You may be seeing that. Some of you could also be going through something with the divine feminine or divine masculine. So whatever you define as, because we each as people, we have masculine and feminine energy, but the emperor and the empress are here. So somebody that, you're really connected to, I feel like something is happening like with y'all's foundation and it's fucking with you. Yeah. So, we have the base chakra here. So some of you, like I said, your foundation may be changing and you're worried about it. You are anxious about it. The base chakra talks about I have. So this has to do with your stability, your sustenance, your safety, your housing. So think of a triangle, all right? And at the bottom is like your housing, your safety, your shelter. That's everything that's at the bottom, your finances. If you are having difficulties from the bottom, that's going to continue to impact the rest of the triangle moving up. All right. So I do feel like you have a worry about your base chakra and about the things you have, and maybe those things changing. Especially if you have a relationship status that's changing. A lot of you all have been emotionally withdrawing. All right. You have been emotionally withdrawing. Maybe trying to be less emotional and maybe be more spiritual, or this is what you're going to be called to do this month. It's like, all right, you've been in your emotions, but like, let's get into prayer or whatever you believe in, prayer, fasting, meditating, whatever it is. You may have to draw back from your emotions some to like figure out some, like logical solutions. Okay. Some of you all are really trapped in fear. You're in your head. But the thing about this card is, the trapped in fear card is like, you're not as trapped as you think you are. This is more so like self-wallowing, all right? Like you're not trapped, this is showing like a person like with their head down and such like that, and it kind of looks like they're in a jail cell, but we don't see no lock. All right. So for all we know, this could be open. So it's like a own mental imprisonment. Like you're having a lot of anxiety about what's going on. You may need help from an Aries, a Libra, or a Taurus placement. All right. Maybe some of you are going to need help from your mom and your dad. All right. Because the emperor and the empress, I feel like that's very big mom and dad energy as well. We have sign of Aries and we have Libra and Taurus. Okay. And these are divine counterparts. So some of you, to get through whatever you're going through this month, you may have to step up in your authority bag, the emperor. You may have to like look at things logical and be like, all right, what can I do here? All right. There's also something that, again, with this accelerated motion, we see like the shooting star. So there may be something that you have been manifesting that is like very fertile, you know, this month as well. So even though you're going through a tough time, there is something that is also growing, you know, within you. For some of you all, this could be a literal pregnancy. All right. So if you're not wanting that, you know, and you're not pregnant yet, you know, please make sure you're being safe. Okay. That sign of Libra and Taurus. I do also see here that this month you're going to start looking at things a little differently. Okay. You're going to have to start sacrificing, which may be challenging for you, especially when it comes to this base chakra. All right. So this may be the month where you start sacrificing and being like, all right, like if I'm going to make this move, or if I'm separating from a divine counterpart, or whatever you're going through that's challenging, it's like it's going to require a sacrifice from you. In traditional tarot, this is known as the Hangman, sign of Pisces. And if you look, like she just kind of has like her eye, like it seems like, you know, on a prize, if you will. But she's also meditating. She's like doing a yoga pose. And so again, some of you may be called to, you know, meditate, but you're going to be, your perspective is going to start shifting. You're going to start looking at things differently. And even the rainbow in the background, I feel like after, you know, some darkness, you know, being trapped in fear, I feel like you're going to start seeing like, all right, like I'm gonna be all right. Okay. So you're going to be required to affirm yourself a lot this month too. Just want to say that. So let's start with this mirror card. We're going to read that one first. The mirror. Keywords: reflection, love, acceptance, projection. Our awakened soul has woken this morning and looked into the mirror, the same as she has 1,000 times before. However, today it is like she is seeing herself anew. She had a powerful dream where her reflection gently places a hand on her face, smiled, and said, "I love you," in a way that had her wake with the tears of appreciation and love in her eyes. Now looking into her own eyes, she sees that all life is a reflection of how she sees herself. That to truly love, she must fully love herself. She understands she is not perfect and shouldn't try to attain someone else's ideal of perfection. She accepts that she is perfectly imperfect and that she is worthy of love all the same as are you. Casting away all negative thoughts and projections about herself. She is no longer going to shy away from mirrors, photos, and being seen by people for the amazing goddess she is. So some of you may tend to hide. You know, may have a fear of being seen. The awakened meaning. This card has come to you today with the message of the change that you want to see in your life. Relationships with money, people, family, lovers, friends, and in the wider world all come from the relationship and the way you view yourself. Your relationships are your greatest teachers. People often mirror back your fears, judgments, and projections. They can also reflect back your love, joys, and hopes. What are your relationships reflecting back to you today? Are you open to seeing it? Seeing yourself in that reflection. When you accept this and work on shifting the energy into a loving one, everyone feels this. Life-changing changes can happen, all right? Quickly at that. This card is also a call to take a look at the standards and expectations you are placing on yourself and others. Are they coming from a place of love, or are you accepting the status quo as gospel? See these through love. This card comes with a special song, "The Man in the Mirror" by Michael Jackson. The song came in so loud and strong when this card was born. It all starts with us. So some of you may want to go listen to that song. All of the love and positive change. So the shadow meaning of this card, all right, means negative or harmful projections, not taking responsibility for your life, judging yourself and others, not really seeing yourself. The affirmation that goes along with this mirror card is, I love myself, I forgive myself, I accept myself. The personal reflections are, how can I reflect and shine love to the people in my life? How can I reflect and shine love to the people in my life? Okay. Ooh, yeah, Aquarius, we getting deep up in here. The next card, mantra, symbol, mala beads. I hope I'm saying that correctly. Keywords, affirmation, consciousness, inner voice, alignment. Our awakened soul is deep in meditation and contemplation. She is watching her inner dialogue, the running voice of her mind, from a peaceful perspective. It's in this state that she can detach herself from emotions and triggers and see them for what they really are. Come on now, emotional withdrawal. Yeah, you're supposed to be withdrawing from your emotions this month. By taking the time to view her thoughts and contemplate their power in her life, she can choose what she allows in her mental and energetic space. She is using her mala beads to repeat her affirmations to align her mental state with the vibration to create the life she wants. This is a practice that requires time and dedication, and she has made it a daily habit that has served her over the years. The awakened meaning of this card. It is time for you to bring your consciousness to your inner dialogue. Too often we allow too many limiting thoughts to dwell in our mind, which is the starting place for manifestation. Okay, because I was just saying this to my cousin who she has an Aquarius moon, I believe. And when we think about negative things, that is still a form of manifestation if we are ruminating on it. Okay. So during this practice, it is key not to judge yourself for what you may hear yourself saying. Practice changes things over time. You are being urged to use positive and kind words when you think about yourself and when you talk about yourself. This also goes for how you choose to speak about other people. Often it is much easier to see the negative rather than the positive. Words have power. They are creators. Even though it seems simple, when you harness this, it can radically change your life in the way you view yourself, your situations, and other people. This is a call to use your affirmations and positive mantras daily. Align your daily routine to support these affirmations so that manifestation becomes a fluid, constant result. The shadow meaning of this card, negative self-talk. So some of you Aquarians may really struggle with negative self-talk or thoughts, all right? Being unaware of your thoughts, being harsh with your words. Aquarius, Libras, and Geminis are known to be very harsh with their words when you're not being like your emotionally intelligent self, all right? Affirmation, I align my words to create a positive reality. Personal reflections, what are some of the ways you can use words more positively in your daily life? So Aquarius, watch your mouth. Watch your mouth and watch your mind is what I heard, okay? Last card here, Judgment. Judgment, and this reminds me of like in traditional tarot sign of Scorpio, all right? It also gives me a little bit of Gemini energy, but Judgment. That has come out in this reading too, like needing to work on like releasing judgment towards yourself and others, all right? Maybe some of you are being very hard on yourself about whatever situation, whatever predicament you're in. The symbol here are chains. Hold on, Aquarius. Hold on, y'all. Okay. This pollen been fucking me up. Keywords, projection, unsympathetic, shallowness, harshness. Our awakened souls have been chained by their judgments of each other. They have been slowly throwing the chains of judgment around themselves and each other through their words, actions, and thoughts. They have misplaced ideas about the other person and situation that they accept as truth, even without evidence or experience to back it up. This damages each other, their communities, and themselves. They are chipping away at each other and themselves with expectations and standards that are not realistic. Beyond what they can see, they are being energetically bound by crystals that keep them stuck. In this, they are unable to fulfill their purpose in life. They are unable to be the divine beings they are meant to be in this lifetime. They are only concerned with materialistic and shallow things. They are distracted. So some of you guys may have also been distracting yourself recently with materialistic and shallow things, okay? This card means that there is a judgment of yourself, others, and or a situation happening that you need to consider. Judgments are natural, but become detrimental when not acknowledged and seen for what they really are. You are being asked not to project what you feel about yourself onto others. It is time to see the situation or person in a more balanced and fair manner, even if it's uncomfortable or you need an outside opinion or mediator. You are too close to a bias or emotionally involved to see things without the lens of judgment getting in the way. So again, your emotions are really clouding you, or they have been clouding you. So it's time to clear that shit up this month, Aquarius. Get your shit together, okay? You may be looking only at the surface of things, and it's time to dwell deeper. You may have misjudged what is going on. Find out the root course of these judgments and why they are something you are carrying around with you. Come back to your ability to find compassion, understanding, and empathy. Misunderstandings and miscommunication can often become judgments if they are not addressed and cleared. So the shadow meaning, gossip and vicious words, unfairness, ignorance, lack of reasoning. Affirmation, I bring my judgments into the light of understanding. The personal reflection for this card. Are you being overly judgmental in a situation or with the person at present? All right. So be mindful of that, Aquarius. Like, I'm hearing like repetitively, like, you got to watch your judgments of yourself and others. Because it's kind of wild how the pattern keeps on, coming out. It's very aligned. All right. So for these next set of cards, we have fight for it. So there may be something that you need to fight for. Okay. We have crying or release. So you also may be releasing something. So some of you Aquarians are fighting for it. Some of you are crying and or releasing something. All right. Not the right time. So something around this time frame is not the right time. Maybe it's not the right time to fight for it. Okay. We have confession. So I don't know if you have something to say, Aquarius, or somebody has something to say to you. It sounds like that you're supposed to be a little bit more quiet. So maybe somebody has something to say to you. You are the first reading so far where multiple shadow works, your shadow side like came out. I only wanted to pull one card, but y'all have three. All right. So may this oracle deck awaken you to greater authenticity by working through any hidden shadows of your personality. We all have good and not so great things about ourselves. All right. So these are things that you'll want to work on to better yourself. Knowing your own darkness is the best method for dealing with the darkness of other people. Carl Jung. I feel like that quote is speaking to like not being judgmental of others because we all have our own shit that we're working through. So some of you may be connected to an Aries. Some of you may have an Aries as a parent or a guardian or something that you've like learned this behavior from because this came out for them. Obsessiveness. Write down what you are obsessing over. Realize that it is emotionally draining you. Maybe some of you are with an Aries or an Aries placement and they also obsess. We have greed. You are too attached to things in an excessive way. Nothing good comes out of it. So here's that materialistic part coming up again. Work through that greed, Aquarius. All right. Addictions. Think about the emotions you are trying to cover up. Deal with those emotions, process, heal, and release them. So some of you may have been drinking, smoking, using whatever, drugs or sex, what I'm saying? You may have been using some unhealthy coping mechanisms to not really deal with what is happening. Okay. The affirmation that came out for you, Aquarius, is when I've overshared, I simply say wait. And it put capital W-A-I-T and put the periods in between. And it says, why am I talking? So for some of you, now Aquariuses can be pretty quiet. But in also opposite, Aquariuses can also be chatterboxes. So be mindful of your oversharing and think about what you're saying before you're saying it. Why am I talking? So use your discernment with who you're sharing what with. Okay. Aquarius, that was also a good reading. I love y'all. I'm wishing y'all healing. I know it's not easy. Y'all are sounding like it's a little bit of a tough month, and I also provided y'all with some tough love, but I love y'all. I love me some Aquarians. Y'all been around my whole life, okay? That might be my Venus that's in Libra. But yeah. Love y'all, Aquarians. Wishing y'all well. See you next time.